Hey guys, how's it going? All right, so now we're on to Death Battle. Sorry, we're on the latest one now. It's Spider-Man versus Deku, which is honestly pretty interesting. I would never have pitted the two together, but they do kind of make sense. Deku, from what I remember, if I remember correctly, I apologize if this is wrong. The creator of My Hero is actually very inspired by American superheroes. So Deku's abilities are kind of reminiscent of some of the abilities that Spider-Man has. They both have the spider sensibility. Obviously, Deku has the whip, which gives him very Spider-Man like abilities with like the spider web stuff, and they also Deku can. They're both superhumanly strong. So yeah, so I'm really curious to see what's going to happen here. Also, this is probably going to have. For those that don't know, My Hero Academia has already ended in the manga, so this is going to be Deku probably at his best, which is I don't think he was at his best when he did the other death battle. Also, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Right now, if you didn't see any of the previous death battles, Spider-Man and Deku have each lost their own death battles in the past. Well, I'm assuming this Spider-Man looks like it's Miles Morales, and Miles lost his death battle. So that's also kind of interesting that they're doing that too. So that's kind of cool. One of them's gonna have to come on top, unless they both kill each other. It's a tie. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Also, I've started doing these a couple months back, recording these, and so far I've gotten two both right. So, I'll be okay if I get this one wrong, but we'll see. I'll take a quick guess at the end. All right, guys, if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. It does help me out. All right, let's get started. All right.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
All right, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for who knows how long, he's been the one and only Spider-Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a
Yeah, I watched so many
multiverse of
Spider-Man
infinite
movies
possibilities,
growing
it
up.
doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the
Wait,
job.
is my thing in
city was
Spanish?
left without-
I apologize. Why is my closed caption in Spanish? So weird. There we go. I apologize.
It's protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event
Yeah,
just started.
that movie was
Events.
crazy if y'all ever
Now
seen
it was
it.
Miles' turn to be the hero the Big Apple needed, and he had all the usual spider kit to.
Yep. All right. So 17, 5'8", graffiti artist, Herald of Anansi. Interesting. Yeah, he likes anime just like all of us do.
Help him out.
This spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person is complete without their web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May.
Oh yeah. He had powers called Venom powers, which I think were just like electrical powers, right? If I remember correctly. And yeah, and all the other regular Spider-Man. Oh yeah, he can turn invisible too.
All sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing,
Wakandan web
restraining,
shooters?
projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher, though. And between mishaps
Yeah.
with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes
That's
family
right,
so
yes.
awkward. All that trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents. Better yet,
Oh, that's
loving
right.
fans. They supported him when things got tough, even if they
Uh-huh.
didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
kind of
Spidey,
weird.
Branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what
Oh, wow.
kind of spider was this?
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linophiidae, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles.
Oh, wow.
No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh, geez, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed
Right.
the energy of a
Yeah.
bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. A blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's gotten kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit. This
Oh,
super
nice.
rare and tough metal can
Damn.
absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Vibranium is thinner
Even
to better
Deku
fit
probably
his
has
acrobatic
some.
fighting style,
Well, he has some of his
but
tech
it can
too.
still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal
Oh,
with
wow.
this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb, and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor, no longer standing in his shadow, but side by side.
Literally,
Yeah.
his
Actually,
universe
he really
got
has.
blown up, and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become
Yeah.
one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other spider variants to defend
Oh,
the
yeah, actually, they won,
multiverse.
they won an
There's
Oscar. I
man-made
did not know
spider
that.
people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stanley was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay
Aw.
true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero.
Damn.
But what is a
He has
hero?
so many abilities,
To the
too.
citizens of Japan, there was no one more synonymous with the word than their symbol of peace, All Might.
The big numero uno. With a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Or so it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named
Poor
Izuku
Deku.
Midoriya, or
Yeah.
as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol told him that he would have to give up on his dreams.
Forever
Tatsuyan
the
is his
beta
favorite
male
food?
in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he got the chance to alpha up.
Oh, no,
and
it's-
lend
there's
his
some,
rival a helping hand,
They gave away some things
proving
from the
himself
manga.
worthy
Sorry, guys,
of
if y'all
All
saw it.
Might's torch.
And so, after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, one for all. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales and a soccer club.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks. One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used
it would.
In the hands of an improper vessel.
Oh,
One for All
so
could cause
bad.
Their body to explode. So Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn his zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people,
he-
do your best here had a bad
he
habit
definitely
of putting
took it way
others
too far.
Way before himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's
Sorry. That's me.
explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style, shoot style. To use a stronger
That's
limb
right,
and be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji
Yeah,
Ita's
legs were
book
stronger.
and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All for One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
That's right.
He
That all
didn't
happened
have
so
to do it
fast. It was
alone.
just like a
Just
small,
as All Might had
only a couple
passed
months.
One for All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One for All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One for All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits or vestiges, to help him in
Crazy.
his battle against All for One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes. They can also brace his arms and manually control his muscles if he can't move.
Float allows him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smoke screen lets him create a smoke screen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smoke screen.
That's swell, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with Full Cowling to achieve foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle.
God,
for an
Lady
arm.
Nagant was
What is
crazy.
that? I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All for One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One for All was suffocating him though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the
It can hit you
world
really hard.
weighed on Deku.
Yeah, he definitely
So
can.
He left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All for One's reign all along.
Not All Might,
Friendship.
not Deku, not even One for All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school, if not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt. He even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help
Oh
of
wow,
his
you got
friends.
the 4?
For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
That's super cool. I didn't know that part.
Hello, it's
All right, skip a little bit. Okay. Dang. Oh man. You know, there's a lot to take it to think about, right? Obviously they talked about Spider-Man being able to control people's thing. I forgot what he said. But something that actually Deku could would lose if he has the ability to control people. Spider-Man can do something. I forgot what it was. But they mentioned that part, and then all this. But then at the same time, they also gave mention that his vibranium could only withstand so much kinetic energy, and I would think that Deku could probably go through that, right? I think that's going to be one of the things they're gonna calculate. Uh, and then Deku also has a time limit. Like, I want to say that Deku is probably stronger, but I cannot tell if Spider-Man's abilities and versatility is going to be enough to beat Deku. Um, I feel like Deku is way more reckless though than Spider-Man. I can't tell. I'm probably gonna lose this one, which is fine. You know, it's just a fun guessing game. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Deku just because I feel like he's definitely gonna go all out, you know, and use everything he's got. Um, oh yeah, but the other thing they added to at the end was it's like he's better with his friends than he is alone. Why would they say that? And then Spider-Man had he kind of became more of a leader type. Uh, damn it. I don't know. Mm, who would can he survive those 5 minutes though of gear shift? Deku just has so many things that can like that just backfire on him. You know what? I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go with Spider-Man. But if I lose, that'll be okay because Deku's really strong. So I completely understand what he can do and what he can defeat. No, damn it! No, 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 no! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I can't. I'm taking too long. I'm taking too long. Okay, you know what? Let's go with Deku. Let's go with Deku. We're doing Deku. If I'm off, I'm off. All right, let's go.
the data through all the possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
That's so cool looking.
Huh?
Oh, so cool music. They had really cool music in the other death battle with Spider-Man.
Whoa, I was looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
All right, new guy. First lesson? Don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
Now walk
Oh, wow.
line, Delaware!
Let's try that one more time. Guess who?
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that.
Yeah, he broke it. Oh man, the animation is so good here.
Part the city so we can go all out. Because I always do my best.
my best.
Oh, gear shift.
I gotta do my own thing.
Oh, so cool.
Sarah was right. Your quirk is amazing.
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the
Oh,
ultimate
mutants. That's what it was.
Spider-Man.
He can control mutated things
Suit
or
has
something.
shock absorption, not nullification. So it's got a limit.
Yeah.
On Saito. Deathbattle!
Go beyond.
Oh, dang. Oh, whoa. Did he explode?
Spider-Man, you really are the ultimate.
Aw. Yeah, I'm glad I switched back to
Vaya
Deku.
con Dios, Aranya Hoven.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly,
Oh, yeah, I know.
given the not-so-subtle
Probably
inspiration
really
for
close.
Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The Spider Sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than Danger Sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the
Yeah.
Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up,
Okay, cool.
speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So
Oh, wow.
speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles
Right.
has been handling
Yeah.
everything from neighborhood
Yeah, I've
crooks
always
to
felt like-
multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close.
Yeah, Spider-Man's
but with
gone through a
his greater
lot.
experience, skill goes to Miles, and that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All for One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it
Oh, wow.
wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all. So the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously
Yeah,
absorb
exactly.
Deku's
Exactly that.
blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All for One was still over 600 times stronger than Vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the Vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's
Right.
there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the Morales of the story is
The
The
winner
Morales.
is Deku.
Wow.
next time on
Nice.
Death Battle.
All right, who's next?
Subscribe and
Oh,
join
wow,
us again
really?
to see more Death Battle. Thanks for
That's gonna be really interesting. So random. It's really funny though. But all right, I got it right again. I'm at 3 for 3. I'm really shocked. I thought I was gonna get this one wrong. Like, I was actually thinking about it for the past week. I'm like, I'm probably gonna be wrong this time. It's a coming. But all right. That was a lot of fun. I really liked it though. I really like it. And yeah, again, I kind of like the fact that it, Like I said before, Spider-Man and Deku, or at least Miles, both have lost death battles before, so at least one of them has a win now. So good. All right, guys, that's it for this one. See you guys next time. Bye.